welcome to Graphic Slice Revit Architecture Tutorials channel. So we will begin with session 1. Session 1. In this session, we covered topics about BIM, Introduction to Autodesk Revit Architecture, Revit file types, exploring user interface, building elements, and how to start a new project. So first we will begin with the BIM. So what do you mean by BIM? So BIM means Building Information Modeling. Is an intelligent 3D model based process that gives architecture, engineering and construction, so especially in AEC, architectural, electrical and civil professionals, that insight and tools to more efficiently plan, design, construct and manage buildings and infrastructure. This is a definition. So if you want to know about clearly, so just I will show you one pic. See this. So BIM stands with all these things, means when we are working with a Revit architecture software, it collaborates with all these sectors. So compared to any other modeling softwares in civil, so Revit architecture is one of the best architecture software. So it includes what? So it includes every construction process. Example here in this picture, so it clearly shows materials, material management, so load bearing structures and thermal characteristics. Means we can calculate the heat ventilation, then installation systems, cost cost of each and every material, like for example we can calculate each and every bricks also, so how many bricks we are using in each wall, like that. So health and safeties, like fire and safety precautions, all those things, and then maintenance works, whole life cycle, and if any rework or repair works will be there, we can mention in demolition process and dismantling. So all these things, so it includes all these sectors. It's helpful for owner and engineers and any working in that project, so it helpful for those persons. That's why PIM is essential. Introduction to Revit architecture, just we completed. So if you know about if you want to know about history of Revit architecture, so I will let you know. So Revit software is developed by individuals who they came from the PTC company. So PTC means it's one of the software developing company, like Autodesk. So PTC means Parametric Technology Corporation. So those people come out from the PTC company. They founded a new company, that is Charles River Software. So in the year of 1997, they founded a new company. So after that, they developed the software and they renamed as uh, Revit Technology Corporation in January 2000. After that, Autodesk purchased the Revit Technology Corporation, and they later updated and modified. So now in Revit we have three types. So Revit Architecture, Revit Structures, and Revit MEP. So this is a brief history of Revit Architecture. So next we will move to Revit file types. So this is also major part in a Revit. So before going to start any software, we have to use some file formats. So let you know. So one by one. So here also we have three types of file formats. First one is template, second one is project, third one is family file. So first in project template file, again we have types. The one is project template and another one is family template. So what is the difference between project template and family template? So first of all, what do you mean by template? It contains some project related basic default settings. So that's why we use project templates. So just now I said, so in project in Revit architecture we have a types. In Revit we have a types like architecture, structures and MEP. So for that, depending upon the necessity or need, you have to choose a type of template. So before going to start any project, for example, if you are going to start with architecture, then choose the architecture related template. Then if you are going to start with the structural work, then choose with the structure template. Same with the MEP also. So if you are going to start with MEP project, then choose a MEP template. So what are those templates? I will let you know later. So first thing, so before going to start any project, so select a suitable template. So next, that becomes a project file. When you choose a project template, that becomes project file. So means RTE extension becomes RBT. When we select a template, then that becomes a project file. That is second one, project file. Okay, so what do you mean by this one? family template. So under template we have a project template and family template. So family template extension is .rft. So when we use a family template, then that becomes a family file. That is in third. Okay, so here rft extension stands means this is also same thing. So family template means it contains a predefined and some basic settings related to that particular project or else work. For example, in family templates we have a different types of family templates. Like example here they given here, see here, components like doors, windows, annotation and any other things, so which is usable and reusable and loadable to the projects. So like a components, for example in AutoCAD also we are using blocks and all those things. Same way here also we are using, but this is editable and anytime we can edit these components. So later we will got to know the what is family and how to edit and how to prepare, we will discuss later. So this is family template. Family template becomes rft extension. So that becomes means after preparing a family after using a family template, that becomes a family file. So next topic, Revit building elements. So before going to start any software, so first we have to know about the process, the life cycle, how to start and how to work with the particular software. So Revit elements, in that we have three categories mainly. What are those? First one is model element, then datum elements, and then third one is view specific elements. So in model elements again we have two types. So model elements you can just remember like 3D elements, just for idea, for your idea, just remember model elements like 3D elements. In that again we have two categories, host and component. So host means where we can place a component, that is a host. Example here, walls, floors, roofs, ceiling, these are all the host. So these components as a host components. And in model categories like stairs, windows, doors, furnitures, these comes under model categories or means model components. So host and these are the models. So both comes under model only, means 3D elements only, but we can place doors, windows and walls. That's why these acts as a hosts and hosts, and these acts as a model components. Next come to the data. So just remember it is a 2D element. Like in AutoCAD 2D we are using same things like 2D elements. Same here also, data elements are the basic things for a project. So like levels, grids and reference planes. Reference planes especially helpful for a family file creations. Levels are essential in Revit, so we didn't use levels in AutoCAD. So levels means here to represent the height, nothing but a floor plans. So when we are defining a floor plan, ground level, first floor, second floor, for that purpose we need levels. So grids, same. So what are the things, what is the helpful in AutoCAD? Same way here also we are using grids. So grids just to specify the blocks like. Next, view specific elements. And again in that view specific elements we have two types, annotation elements and detail elements. In annotation, so types, text, no tags, symbols, dimensions, all those things. What is annotation? Annotation means detailing by using text just to describe your project. And the last one is details. So in details, detail lines, fill regions like hatch and all other things we can represent. This is about building element. We will move to GUI of a Revit architecture. So this is the welcome screen. So when you open the software, so it shows like this. Before going to start a software, so just I said you have to select a new template or else which means architecture you are going to prepare, or structures or MAP. So if I select a new, it shows one window. So template selections. So depending upon that architecture, construction, structure, which one you want to select anyone. So I am going to prepare architectural, right? So again in that imperial type will be there, metric type will be there. So it's on standard template format. Imperial means it contains a units like feet and inches. Metric means it contains centimeter, millimeter, meter, like those units will be presented here. So if you are comfort with centimeter, meter, use this. If you are comfort with feet and inches, use this. So I'll go with imperial architectural template. So which way I'm going to prepare a project here, that's why I'm selecting create new project. If I select a project template, so we can prepare our own customized template. So for uh, every time no need to prepare a template or else template customization. So for that, so you can prepare own customized templates. Okay, so first we will use directly Imperial architectural only. This is the GUI. See here, this is the file menu. So in file menu, commonly we know save as, import, export, all those things will be available. I will explain you later one by one. After that, so tab panel. So tab, it's a combination of ribbon. It's a combination of tab plus panel. Tab means architecture tab, like that. So panels means this is. So this is completely known as ribbon panel. And this one is quick access toolbar, title bar, info center, contextual tab, and then this is option bar, and this one is tools. And these two panels are, one is properties palette and another one is project browser. And here in bottom, so control bar, so nothing but here you will get some display control tools and visual styles like wireframe, conceptual, like that. And including that, we can hide the views and we can unhide the views, like that. Some settings will be available, we will discuss later. After that, status bar means, so it shows a command and instructions, like in AutoCAD we'll get a command prompt window, right? So there we'll get the instructions, specify first point, next point. If I pick any tool, it shows the instructions, like that. Here also in status bar we'll get all those things. And this is major one, option bar. So what it contains, it's empty. So before going to select any tool, it's empty. So after selecting the tool, it shows some options. I will show you how. See here. So here this is option bar, right? So in this option bar, it's completely empty right now. So if I pick any tool, you'll get the sub options, like in command prompt window in AutoCAD. So if I pick a line, it shows a sub option in command prompt window. Here same. So if I pick a wall, it shows some options related to wall. Okay, so some select settings are available here. So what about the wall height? So on location line and connectivity, offset, radius, like that. So some settings will be available here, like that. Same way, if I pick a window, so again some options will be available here. If I pick a floor, again some options is available here. This is known as option bar. This is important. So whenever if I pick a tool in any tool, so it gives some options. Before going to place it or before going to draw it, observe the status bar. This is working space. So by default it's in floor plan level 1. So floor plan level 1 is enable. So these are the elevation marks. So these tick marks will be there, right? These are the elevation points or its elevation marks. So this is north, this one is south, this one is east, this one is west. Don't delete these things. So unknowingly if you delete these things, you will erase the elevation views also here, depending upon the things. For example, I will show you one. So if I prepare a wall, right, this is plan view, top view. So it shows like this. If I want to view any elevation view, so go on, check a elevation view. So this is south, right? So go and check a south view. So change from one view to another view, you have to double click on the view name. So for example, here south is, right? Double click on a south, you will get a south view. So this is south view. So these are all the levels. Okay, so I will let you know in next session. So how to prepare levels, how to set the units, and how to set the wall settings, all other things we will discuss in next session. Okay, so first in GUI, okay, properties browser, properties, project browser, and next here status bar or visual settings will be available here. So in that, see here, it's a realistic. So now you will get a realistic view. So after selecting the realistic view, it shows a materials. So we can set to wireframe also. Okay, so and here we have a navigation panel. In that navigation panel we'll get a steering wheel, zoom, rewind, pan, other things will be there. Okay, so and then other related options will be available here, design options and other options will be there, filters, worksets available here. Okay, so next day by day you will get to know what are the things and how to use all those things. So in next class we will discuss all those things in next session. This is properties palette, so you can operate it. Okay, so separately we can handle these things. This is properties palette, See, so it contains related to visibility things like wave scales, details, 3D wave controls, sun paths, all those things will be available here. So and this is project browser. So anytime we can operate this, and any waves, if I add any extra waves, it will be loaded here. Okay, so and these two are essential. Don't close these things. If you close these things, it's difficult to work, or it's difficult to change the views. So then how to retain those things? If you unknowingly delete those things, just right click here, go to browser, click project browser, right click properties. So those things will be get back. Okay, so this is GUI. So after that, what is the topic? BIM. Okay, we finished introduction to Revit architecture. We finished. So Revit file types. And okay, so GUI means graphical user interface. Exploring GUI, yes, we know. Revit building elements I explained, and how to start a new project. Yes, I explained those things. So GUI means graphical user interface. It means it provides the relationship between user and the software. So with the help of this graphical access only, we can use a tool and we can prepare things, right? So this is an introduction part. So next session we will discuss so further tools.